Okay, so a couple people asked me um, for this race that I just recently paced some of the gear that I wore because it was super cold out, which in relative terms, it was not super cold out for the rest of the United States, but for El Paso, it was pretty cold and we had some pretty heavy wind. So I was just going to do a quick rundown of like what I wore. The first day we were out there, it was pretty chilly. It was supposed to be colder the second day, but it really wasn't. It was significantly windy like the first day, which was Thursday that I was out there. I did 21 miles, a little over 21, and the winds were about 30 miles an hour. And then Friday I was out there for like 28, 29 miles. The wind died down a little bit to about 15 miles an hour. And in the evening, when the sun started to drop, the winds got up to close to 60 miles an hour, especially when we were getting high. So I'll show you what I wore, which day two was better than day one. Temperatures ranged anywhere from in the mid 20s to about the mid 40s. It was supposed to get up into the 50s, but I didn't see that shit. So the first day, I'm a really big Lululemon advocate just because their gear is really, really sturdy and expensive. So most of my stuff is either super discounted or used. I find a lot of stuff like new with tags. And I get it like really discounted. So the first thing is, the first day I wore these Lululemon pants. They're not insulated at all. They're just regular like yoga pants. I don't like the flare leg ones, so they're tight. These are 28 inches long, just because I'm tall. Super thin, and I wore this quilted skirt, which is my second one because my first one got all pilly on the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Just like this one. It's super warm, but this skirt is trash. Like, I wore this for 21 miles, and it's already fucking up on the inside, and you can see some on the outside here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The first one I bought actually full price, but I had a gift card, so it didn't cost me necessarily that much. This one I only bought for like $40 for this race. It was new with the tags on it. It kept my butt warm, which is the goal. But I'm very displeased, and I already sent one back to Lululemon, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm just like super unimpressed that it's falling apart already after 21 miles. And then the shirt that I wore was another Lululemon shirt. This one is a little bit thicker, so it is for warm weather. And then I wore one buff, which these things it's just a tube of material. You wear it around your neck and you can pull it up over your face, which I'm sure you've seen pictures of. One was not enough, so day two I wore two. I also wore my Balega socks, which are normally amazing, but my shoes were a little loose, so this little like thing that's supposed to keep your socks above your shoes kind of kept slipping down, but I didn't have any problems with it. It was just more of an annoyance. I also have my gloves, so I have two sets of gloves, one that are like for warmer, one are for cooler. I wore these. They flip over your fingers, so when you put them on and you're running, you can kind of flip the gloves over, and then your thumb has a little hole too, so you can access your phone if you need to, or corn nuts in my case. And I also could stick hand warmers in here to keep my fingers warm if needed. So I wore these. I also put a safety pin on these, so if I do take them off, I can pin them to my vest and not lose them. I have a hat, my Lululemon hat, which is a beanie. It is like the bun whatever that you can put your hair out on the top. It also has a little ponytail holder in the back. This hat has done me well over the cold weather here. I I got this from the Mama's page, and it's a really great hat. The only issue that I ever had problems with is when I wear this hat, because it's snug on my ears, that when I put my sunglasses on, it kind of compresses right here, and gives me a little bit of a headache, but I usually adjust it and it's fine. And then my gaiters. So I wear gaiters that keep the rocks out of my shoes. These are from Dirty Girl. They're a little expensive. You could probably find them elsewhere, but they are a good brand, and I've had these for quite a few years. So I wear a size 10 running shoe, and I think these are a large. Yeah, these are a large, and they've held up hundreds of miles, and the Velcro's still good. Like, I don't have issues with them at all, and they're still going, so can't complain. Jacket wise, so I had 2 jackets. One is a Columbia jacket. This does not have a lot of ventilation. It has one vent on the back. So if we're looking at the back here, it has one teeny tiny vent, which is covered by my vest. So it has a hood in the collar here, and pockets, and it's got like the nice wide wrist, so that way I can take it on and off without catching my watch. I can't remember what this one is called, but let's see if it actually says. It doesn't, but if anybody's like super interested, I guess I could find out. It doesn't breathe. It is not a breathable jacket. I don't even know if it's a running jacket. I got it for $15 at the thrift store. But this jacket is worth its fucking weight in gold. I've worn this all training for these races, and even when I sweat and I'm soaking wet, I'm still warm because it keeps the heat in. It doesn't let me ventilate, so I have to be careful when I'm out running or hiking that I don't get too sweaty. So I will take it on and off, and it's super easy. And the best part is this bitch compacts down into almost nothing. So that way I can put it in my vest if I need to. Definitely well worth it. And then the jacket that I wore over everything when it got really shitty was my Marmot jacket. This one's just a regular, like, puffy jacket. I don't think it's down. I got it for Christmas from George, so good work. And it was like $45 from Costco, he said. And this jacket's amazing. I wear it every day, and I wear it running. And also, as he checked in the middle of Costco when he bought it, it compacts down to, almost nothing. I can even get it smaller if I'm wearing my Solomon vest, which took a shit on me, by the way. So this one was a great jacket. So I wore my windbreaker underneath everything, like, first, and then I wore this over. My reasoning was I didn't want to get this jacket wet from sweating, and then this be of no good, so I wore the windbreaker first, and then I could just take this off as needed and put it on my vest. So the vest that I used was my trusty Solomon vest, or my Nathan vest, because my Solomon vest, the zipper broke the night before the race, which I was very unhappy about. Still love that vest though, and I'll probably try to figure out how to fix it, or trade it in. They have a pretty good warranty. But I do have my Nathan vest as backup, and this thing was a champ throughout the whole thing. It's always comfortable. I think it's the Vapor Aeris. I have a 2-liter bladder in here. I only filled it to 1 liter, just because, the aid stations were like, I don't know, 12-ish miles in between, so I was able to fill stuff up. And it has tons of different pockets. It's got zipper pockets down here, a couple of pockets here, little teeny tiny pockets, a big pocket. I would put my Marmot jacket through this and loop it through, so that way I had easy access. I could just grab it as I was running if I got cold, so I didn't waste time. And it's duplicated on this side too. There's magnets here to hold your bite valve, so that way you're not trying to struggle with it all the time, which my Solomon vest I struggle with. So I actually took a magnet off of my other Nathan vest when I got this one, and altered that Solomon vest too. And then I never have any complaints about my Solomon stuff. So day 2, I got a new pair of Lululemon pants. And these are thermal tights. And let me tell you how amazing these are. I got them on sale on the We Made Too Much page. They have a little bit of pilling on them from the skirt that I have to peel off, but these suckers have pockets on the hip, like zipper pockets, which I put heater packs in to help keep my legs warm. I did have the skirt for this too, and then they have hip pockets as well on both sides. So these are just fucking amazing. When I got back from racing yesterday morning, well, I got back from racing late Friday night, and Saturday morning, I ordered 2 more pair of these. They were $79. So these ones I got because I got the gift card from the skirt that I returned in. So really, like with the Lululemon discount that I got for running the like 50 miles in January, like that Lulu challenge, the 80K, I got 25% off. So I had a gift card for $74. I had 25% off, and then I only paid like $20 for tax and the remainder. But these pants were amazing, and I bought 2 more for cold weather running. They have like little thermal panels here on the hips, and they were great. I did take the skirt off about 10 or 12 miles in and ran without it because it was a little warm during the day, and then this was fine. And then I had 2 buffs that I wore and my headlamp, and I think that's about, oh, my shoes. So my shoes, I wear La Sportiva. I do have a pair of Ultras, but they're just a little thin. And the thing I like about these shoes, well, the tread on these are kind of wearing off because of all the running that I've done. But they have these toe guards on them, so when I kick a rock, it doesn't bust my toe up. And it also has these little like brake chunks in the arch, so that way if I do start sliding, it kind of helps me stop. The tread is a little gnarly on the toe, but these will last me until another couple of months, maybe another 50K, couple of them. Racing, I wear these all the time. They didn't have options for the gaiters, so I made it myself. I glued the Velcro on the back, super glued that, and then on the front I just took jewelry wire and a toggle clip and tied those on the front, so that way my gaiter was centered and not off to the side, because that drove me nuts. And I did these for a couple years ago for the 50 mile, the PPU 50 mile, and they've stayed on so far. So these shoes have been super comfortable. This is my 3rd or 4th pair of these over the last 4 years. They last quite well, like way better than my Ultra tread that I have, because I have the Lone Peaks, and that tread's almost gone. I use those for like easier trails, but when I'm doing something really tough, I like these. These are the Ultra Raptors, and they're amazing. So I will continue to buy these until they don't work, and right now they still work. So this is my 3rd pair. Other than that, day 2, this is a shirt I wore. It's equivalent to the purple shirt, the Lulu shirt. It's a little bit thicker. It's not the thin material. So that kept me warm as well. And then I wore compression socks. So I don't think compression socks help with performance per se, but I do think they feel good on tired legs. So I wore these over my Lulu pants, and these are from Pro Comp. I've had compression socks from other places, and I just don't care for them as much. And then I just wait until the deal comes up where you can buy 2 get 3 free, and that's how I get them. So I just wear these over. I usually wear these with my skirts to keep me warm, so it helps with added warmth. But my first line is not for performance. It's just nice and tight, and they feel good when your legs are kind of pissed off from the day before. So I think that's all this stuff that I had worn and taken with me for my cold weather gear. Hopefully this helped you guys out.